A scenic place for mine exploring. This is just a small snowmelt lake up in the Montana mountains. We're in the absolute middle of nowhere today. I usually don't go this far out alone. Today's an exception. And that's because we're trying to get to an abandoned mine. It's gonna be crazy because we're actually in Montana, but this mine is on the border of Idaho. Basically, we gotta go over the mountain peak to get to the Idaho side. The views up here are absolutely amazing. We're at the highest elevation we will be at in today's episode, which is a little over 8,000 feet. We're officially at the pass. And right here, about where that tree stump is, that's Idaho. So we're at the state line right now. This is Montana. And the rest of today's episode is going to be in Idaho. So we're leaving Montana right now and entering Idaho to get to this abandoned mine. All right, you guys, I've made it to Goldstone Mine. Up there's the mine itself. We'll go up that road later. And I'm thinking I'm going to take the left because there's all these buildings in great condition left behind. So I'm going to look at the buildings on the left, then make my way up looking at the ones on the right. And then when I hit the road here at the end, go look at the mine at it. I'm pretty sure it's open, but it's a neat area. And what intrigues me is there's these buildings not in the best of condition. And then there's ones like this, and there's a couple others like this I could see on satellite maps down below. And they're all in amazing condition. Like the glass is all intact right here. Let's see, I'm hoping this isn't a mining claim. We'll look at the outside in a minute. No, this is forestry. The Forest Service owns this place, which makes this a volunteer camp. Look at that. It's all in great condition. This is a really neat volunteer camp. Got the beds all clearly still in use. Sometimes people will come up and camp, you know. Nice lounge chair. Yeah, the furnace. Have to go out to that shed soon. And like I said, there's other ones over here too. So there's multiple of these buildings in good condition. And this is a more secret volunteer camp. I didn't even think this would be a volunteer camp. You know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. And then look at all this too. All the pantry area. Tons of propane bottles. And a bunch of food here. An old bag. That's really neat. And this is huge too. The sink. That's how it used to be used. Old school sink. I like the size of the basin. I'd like a sink like this in my house. Wow. Look at that countertop too, the detail. That's the old stove. So two of them. One's a barrel. It's pretty common in these mining camps. Tea kettle. You really got to keep places like this locked up because I'm in one of the areas of Montana that's known for the most grizzly sightings. Technically, we're in Idaho, but it's just right on the border, so it's basically both states. To get to this mining camp, you do have to go through Montana. Old mountain house, bunch of cans, rat traps. That's really neat. Hey, who be bringing their woman here? It's interesting to see the art they put on the wall too. And then this is the last room, and then we'll continue to the other buildings. But it's completely empty. It must have been a bedroom. Once again, all original glass. Oop, didn't mean to do it that hard, but it didn't do nothing. Coat hanger there. All right. So that's it for this one. We'll check out the rest of these camps. Oh, even a mirror. Didn't notice that. Got a logbook here. All right. And just so you know, because I always get comments on my volunteer camp videos where people, they're not trolling, they're actually serious. They think I'm trespassing. So just so you're aware, all these people, these hundreds of people who've probably been here in the logbooks, are not trespassers. You know, I don't know about your house, but when I go in my house, I don't have a logbook of people who broke into my house when I was gone at work, you know? That's just something that's not normal. Maybe it is for some people, but I mean, I live in America, so it's a bit different here. But it's a really good condition area. Look at that. Lounge chair. Like, you could camp out here. That's a really neat house. In fact, I don't think it always was a cabin, was it? Because this is an aftermarket. Maybe this was a big doorway. Wonder if it was one time a workshop converted into a house or not. But coming along here to the back, another barrel stove. This one's just kept aside, never to be used again. Then up here, you do have a toilet. It's interesting. Somebody put that there recent. The porch right here. And this is that other building I seen through the window. It's just a small shed. Old bed springs in here. Had electricity. That's good to know. And this is such a far out place. Even having the location known, nobody's gonna come out here. It's that desolate of a location. And you could only come here during certain months because this all gets snowed in. This gets about 10, 12 feet of snow in the winter. That's an awesome house. I wasn't expecting a volunteer camp. If anything, some ruins, maybe a open mine or collapsed in one, but that's about it. So just a sneak peek, got all of that to see. But we'll keep heading down the road and look at everything to the left of us. Those are the cabins we're headed to now. I don't know if they're in as good of condition or not. They don't look it, unfortunately. But you never know on satellite maps. Just gotta come out here and see them in person. Or cart tracks, all on the side of the waste rock. Almost indicating that these may have been production buildings. We'll find out in a minute. And then looking down the waste rock, there's a huge bucket there. I wonder if they had a tram line or what that would have been. The two buildings, unfortunately, they're also not volunteer camps. May have only been one volunteer camp building here, which was the house. This looks like it was a workshop, a tool room. Yeah, it has hinges. Still opens and closes. See the second one. That's neat though. I like seeing these old workshops. And it had this small room right before it. This was a cabin. Somebody's house. Sink basin. Nice window. Looking out. Window itself is gone. Water heater. It's a decent one. There was how they would provide heat. Look at all that brickwork. Hey, they took the door off. Look at that. Unfortunately, just this kind of cheap flooring that they put down. Got wood underneath it. Now, why would they build a house right by the workshop? I wonder if the person who worked at the workshop built this house. And then, got a shower here. Homemade shower. Nice small window. Next to the toilet. So that's the toilet. Had a sink here. That's okay. I'm leaving. See, how can we close this all the way? I don't think it's gonna close all the way. That's as good as we're gonna get it. All right, let's get out of this house. That's cool though. Neat house. One last look before we get going to see what else we could find today. Just a quick look at the exterior. All collapsed in. You could see where the portal would have been. And that's why there's all this waste rock. So it was a extensive mine. And then below, remnants of a cabin. And that's it for this. This road just dead ends. It doesn't really go anywhere. Nothing else to see. So we'll head back up. Well, unfortunately, I just had a casualty. I tried opening my door. Now it's not working so good. So when I open it, it kind of sticks. If I open it from the inside, oh, popped out again. Look at that. Isn't that convenient? Things that happen when mine exploring. If you have any idea what this was, definitely let me know. It has a big enough transfer case on it. And from the looks of it, it ran on tracks. Very interesting. It's odd. Wonder if it was some sort of tractor skid steer type of thing. I don't see any indication anywhere. Then there's a cabin. That's the road we're going to go up in a minute. Another old cabin. Old fallen down log cabin. And that's it. So let's go check out these mines. Take one last look at that. That was such a cool building. What a nice house. I like seeing these volunteer camps. Sun's about to set, so I definitely want to get off the mountain before the sun sets. The size of this waste rock, this was a huge operation. Everything here is waste rock, all the way down to there, all the way up. Wouldn't have been worth coming up, or driving up, so to speak. Not a lot down into waste rock. The view too. Look at that sun. It is a smoky day today. A lot of fires nearby. This was a stamp mill. I always like seeing stamp mills. It was insane getting up all this waste rock, but I made it to the top of the mill. I want to see the top level. Unfortunately, all of this is gone. It's all remains. I made it up to Stamp Mill, now at the mine itself. Some really amazing views up here. One gnarly hike. I'm thinking I'm going to take these switchbacks coming down. This was the main haulage tunnel. Unfortunately, It's all caved in. This would have been one massive mine. I could only imagine how far and how many levels it had. Got the ore cart tracks, and a lot of them lined up, all taken out of the mine. Look how rusty they are too. I have a bunch of winch cable. It's all frayed right there. Bunch of winch cable, piping. Once again, more ore cart tracks. That was also an adit. Maybe it was a dynamite room. I don't know. Random waste rock pile. Just one big mound. This is a neat place. It definitely exceeded my expectations. I wasn't expecting something this extreme. This is really neat. I gotta get down soon. Sun's getting down. It's a gnarly side-by-side trail, so you're right on the edge of a cliff with all these rocks you gotta go around. So it's real sketchy. And I don't think it's doable at night. This was a great explorer. I had a lot of fun checking out the buildings. I just want to thank everybody for coming along with me today. I was surprised to see a volunteer camp in Idaho/Montana. I'm in Idaho now. Gotta go over the mountain pass back to Montana. But I live in Idaho, so kind of gotta go through Idaho into Montana, back into Idaho. But as always, put a like, comment down below, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next episode. Thank you so much for watching.